so I'm just going outside here I just got a phone call. So we have the workforce here. The workforce, the army coming in as soon as I come out the door, and I say they are an army. They are, from whether you say technical or real peoples. See, it says elite line. These are your elite demigod army force, military, literally. But at any rate, I got a phone call from the actual government housing department, which controls the place where I live, or at least I pay rent to live here because it's affordable accommodation for people like myself who are so-called disadvantaged. But of course you've been disadvantaged by the reality always, so that you're in this situation. But essentially you have all these around you. See, like surrounding me. This is actually, they said this is asbestos, which is a dangerous substance which just fell off the roof of the place where I live up there. And they just rang up after I rang to get maintenance to fix their property, and they said they want nothing to do with it because it's dangerous asbestos. So they said to go round the back, and they say they're all not connected, but how come? They said to go round the back, patroller on foot. They're all around you. They're all the same entities, the same human beings, or the same mind in different human bodies. But they said to go round the back here, where they're doing all this construction all around me, as you can see, with asbestos falling off my house. But also they had asbestos sign here, which they've now taken down because they've took it down when they're doing all this construction here. But they said to find the manager or the main workman that's doing all this construction and get them to deal with the asbestos that's fell off the roof of the place where I am, which is kind of ironic because although it's all really housing department, which is all government, all this, even though they pretend that they're employing different industries and different work people, different they have a name for it, different companies, shall we say, that are doing the work, whereas in reality all these companies and everything is all connected. They're all just one country controlled thing. But that doesn't matter. I'm just going to film this if I can, hope the recording keeps going, just to see what they say. I shouldn't be leaving the place open while I'm coming down here, but they actually took up residence in one of the housing department places. And as it's now nearly midday, I should be right. See, it says, look, see, so they've actually took over the house here, and the rest are like where people are living, which are like neighbours. But how do I do this? Do I press this here or what? It's normally open where the fellow would be in here, but see, he's not there. So that's they're trying to give me the runaround, so that they're just trying to bring my frequency and vibration down, basically. And they know that I'm stressed. And that's because it's all about keeping you at low vibration. It's all about control, unfortunately. Now, why aren't they here? Like today is the construction. See how they said to contact this person, and look, they've got it all blocked off. But where's all the noise coming from? They just want to make it so that they won't fix anything for me. And they did this with this thing up here. It was a year and a half before they fixed that great big hole up on the roof there where the rain was coming in, and they kept giving me the runaround. So where are they? These are all patrollers. That's an artificial, intelligent human being there, even though it looks like a real human being. They wear the funny hat like I do. You know, like I sometimes wear those little round hats, so they imitate and wear the same thing, even though I'm not wearing it right now. So see how these are all patrollers. This is a workforce, but see that workforce at the back, where they should be doing that work at the back, is closed off today because they knew that I'd come out. And then they left the phone call that they won't pick up this asbestos. I'm just recording this, but what's the point? And they're doing work over there. Hey, 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 hey. Do you live there? Do you live down the back? No. So that person said that they don't live down the back when they're coming out from the back, and I think I actually spoke to her many months ago. In fact, I think it's actually on one of the videos that I recorded where I was talking to this lady late of the night when she come out to the letterbox, and she asked me what I was doing here when, of course, you know, I'm coming out to the letterbox, she's coming out to the letterbox. I live in this property and have lived here for nearly 30 years, and she is supposedly staying down there. She said that she was staying for a few months and she come from an overseas place. And now when I asked her if she lived down there, because I was going to ask about if she knew anything about how to get in contact with the workmen, because it's right in front of their place there. They live down there. There's a couple of places next to that office that I showed you with the sign up. Basically, she said, no, I don't live here, and walked off in a hurry as though she was frightened or something. Isn't that strange? I didn't know I was still recording because I thought it was better not to record personal interactions because they basically just play you. They're actors. They're artificially intelligent android beings that are pretending to be human, and they're part of this system. They're part of this computer system, really. They're part of this community computer system, or the Leichhardt or the Inner West section of Sydney. That's as far as they know. Of course, it's really a country system. It's just that from their perspective, they're part of the Inner West, and they're part of all the workforce and the industries, and every single thing is connected now by artificial intelligence, computer technology. But this is something that is not openly said or talked about or even openly acknowledged in the actual city of Sydney, even though it is something that of course will come in the future where it's totally accepted and out in the open. Everything is always done gradually, as you know, and this is just a gradual thing that has already taken place, because most things I think now in the actual reality or in actual real life actually take place slowly. You know, they take place very slowly so that people don't notice them, or at least to where people that perhaps wouldn't want them or wouldn't be part of it if they knew the whole picture, or if they could see the future outcome of it. In other words, it's like you bring everything in just gradually. And even the powers that be that bring these things in may not be aware that they're bringing in ideas, creating substances even like the asbestos that we just talked about, where they build every house made of asbestos and timber and wood, which is asbestos, I guess. I don't know these things, but we're told that they're very dangerous and can cause long-term health issues, which explains why I'm coughing all the time, you know, which actually I have wondered about that. And everyone on the street that goes past me coughs. That's letting me know what I'm dealing with, because basically they're all about human suppression. Because I know this sounds very out there, but in reality, if you have different species and one needs to control and wants to be superior to another, and that's what's really happening. They want to be superior to me and to the remaining humans, because they need to have control over me and the remaining humans inside the city of Sydney, because they need the negative energy from you, and they need, because they are all about power and control, even though they pretend to be innocent, real humans. That's just their camouflage. That's their defense against being seen that they're really controlling, artificially intelligent, psychopathic, malignantly narcissistic, paranoid, watching, patrolling human beings. Because as psychology tells you, psychopathic, malignant, narcissistic, paranoid people don't experience or relate to any positive human emotions. It's not in their makeup. It's not the way they're made. They're all about artificial intelligence, or intelligence only, and power and control of other human beings for their survival. That's a necessary evil for them to suppress and control human beings so that they can survive. And that's why they're creating all this asbestos fear around me in this property. And you can't get in contact with them. You saw me. I went every day. Those workmen are there from sun up till sundown doing the construction with that office building where I went to the door of it, where they've took over that actual property. They've actually took over that property as an office while they're doing this work for months, making all this unnecessary noise, which you've heard sometimes when I occasionally film it. It goes on daily. They're there every day on a week working day from sun up to sundown. Today, when I go to explain that the people that were employed to fix the top of the roof where it's damaged and it's fell down want nothing to do with it now, because they say that it's dangerous asbestos, even though all these companies and all these things are employed by the Housing Department, which is the government housing department of New South Wales or the country of Australia. So it's basically the actual powers that be that control the whole city of Sydney and the whole New South Wales state and even the whole country, which are this is their property because I only rent it. They are refusing to fix their own property, saying with all this asbestos dilemma that I've tried to explain. I don't know why I'm even making this video really, because it's not relevant, but it is relevant, showing how they're trying to control my emotions, my feelings, and basically take me out, because they're taking you out psychologically. But if that's real asbestos, that's a physical danger. So it could cause me to die a lot quicker, because already I'm suppressed in it at being what you'd call psychologically brought down to where my immune system is weak. So that means then you're physically less well. And I'm not a young person, so basically at my age, like if I was in a healthy, natural environment, I could live, quite easily many number of years. But with this asbestos, like this is a huge asbestos thing here, because it's not just that it's fell down, which they're actually saying it's on my property, that it's fell down here on this roof. So they said that the fellow on the phone when I rang him up to make sure that they come out and just put that back up there where it's fell off the side of the roof, they say that's asbestos. But also all this construction here that's going on is huge asbestos. Like the whole place was asbestos because it was built, 120, 30, 40 years ago, maybe, something like that. I used to talk to the 90-year-old woman that used to live there. It was only a tiny old weatherboard filled with asbestos place, and now they've built this huge construction here, which it hasn't finished, and now they're also rebuilding half the back of the place where I live. See how there's a patroller in that property even though it's still under construction? Can you see how outrageously abnormal that is? See how that is a real lady, nothing to do with construction, but she's actually lurking behind the wall. Can you see that? And the dogs are barking, but this is actually still under construction, as you can see. See, it's all construction around everywhere. But that was all asbestos, so I'm literally surrounded by asbestos, because when they dig all that up and pull that place down, they've left me here in this place. The lady there that used to live in that place there is cleared out. And of course they bring in the army civilians with the dogs barking ferociously because they're inundated by asbestos. See how they've got an excuse to make all this construction. See, they've got construction going on right at the back of the place where I am and right alongside of it all here. Can you see it? But I can't. And they've now got a workforce going on in front there. And if it's not there, it's there, or it's there, or it's there. It's always surrounding you. This has been going on for 7 years now. It's unbelievable. But all this is dangerous, because they actually had sign up asbestos, but when I actually spoke to the fella about it, like I was actually just asking, you know, how long they'd be here and stuff, I did actually record it, but I deleted it because he was sweet acting, and I don't care to record fake conversations with fake army operatives where they're saying things that aren't true. In other words, they're whitewashing what they're actually doing. When 1 minute they have the big signs up saying asbestos, danger, and then when you mention it to them, because I didn't see the asbestos sign on the back of the actual place where I'm living. But look at all this construction going on around, just right next to me and all around me. And it's all asbestos, and now I've got the asbestos. That place they're vacated. And of course they will pull all these places down and evict us, but they're just waiting until they've got rid of me before they pull all this down and probably sell it for, you know, to build, you know, a place that can house, a modern place that can house many, many, many people. But what can I do about that? See, that's all just fear too. Am I filming that? That's like, fell off there and they said it's asbestos, and the fella said on the phone that it must have been built 30 years ago. This place was probably built 30 or 40, no, about 40, 50 years ago maybe, 50 years ago maybe, because I've been here 30 and there was someone here before me where I you know, moved in, and they swapped places. So basically that was a big mistake on my part, coming here. But of course I was coerced and tricked into coming here, because I never liked Leichhardt. I never wanted to live here, but I found it convenient over time and got used to it until recent times, when of course you now realise that it's a total artificially intelligent, technologically controlled area. So there's work going on there, but all the work that is around me dealing with asbestos today, when I want to actually ask them about it and get them to take it away, they've all disappeared. See how they've all cleared out? See, no construction there, and it's a weekday where they're normally doing that. They have to work every day to get these projects finished, and down the back it's all closed off. But we've got this work system going on over there which is nothing to do with me, so I can't go and ask them. So it's just basically playing me. Just basically playing me, wasting my time, stressing me out and causing problems. Now I'm just going to show, just on the record here, not that anyone cares, this is the back. See, I live in here, okay? And that is the back. This is the back of where I live, right at the back of the place. See? See, it has danger construction site, and underneath that, I can't quite see because the sun's in my eyes, but until recently they had underneath it there, they had asbestos. but they took it down as soon as I come down to see the dogs barking, which is next door, because new people have just moved in there with all these, you know, a dozen dogs, even though the place is only tiny. They only house a couple of people at the most. And see, all this is a site safety, but basically they're not doing the work today. Why have they cleared out today? See the empty seat, and it's all locked off. Am I filming this correctly? So that I can't confront anyone or ask anyone. See, that's the back of the places there. But see how it's all blocked off? Normally yesterday they were working, and the day before and the day before that, every day, Monday to Friday, they are supposed to be working continuously on this construction. But today, that shows you that it's a total human control set up against myself, and this is really the truth. You just need to understand this. It's all gone quiet. It's never quiet. And they're stressing me out. Even today is quiet, but I'm being stressed out by this realisation that I'm surrounded by asbestos. And, oh, see, there's a plane following me there, coming right behind me. Can you see it? It's not a big one. Normally they come over my head, and so I'm just wondering what to do. The sun is bright today. For the first time the sun is out, but of course, even though the sun is out, everyone has disappeared. Why are they not doing their construction? Because the reason they have closed all this off and are not doing the construction today on a Thursday, or Friday, actually it's Friday, it's the last day of their construction, and they only have a limited time to do all this construction. They've disappeared and cleared out. But they will be back, you know, on Monday. But they have to do this by an allotted time. So basically they work from sun up till sundown every day. But look, today, when I wanted to ask them to clear that asbestos at the front, see, it actually, oh, it does actually say, look, can you see it? Caution, asbestos. Ah, they took the big sign down, but look, they've still got that there, look. Can you see it? Asbestos. Asbestos. Can I film it? I should have it on the wide screen so that I can show it. But actually that whole thing across there says caution, asbestos. And the dogs are barking because they're, like me, in the middle of all this dangerous asbestos material. And they're actually at the back of my place now because they broke through, haven't you? You broke through. Can I show you?